And we are live. Hello, beautiful people. I have a question for you, and I'd love for you to be honest. Are you feeling high vibe right now, or do you feel mostly dominated by fear, anxiety, kind of fear-based energies, uncertainty? Because we are being challenged as a global humanity right now in this time of pandemic, and it's not easy. And I wanted to pop on today to discuss about why it's even more important to stay high vibe these days. We are going through tremendous changes on the planet, the environment, the way our society functions, energetically too. I don't know if you can feel that, but I know I feel it really, really strongly. So I'm going to talk to you about something that perhaps you might not have heard me speak so much about, because I've always been this scientific, geeky, neuroscience, nurse practitioner. But I got a big side of me that is based in spirituality, and I think that bridging science and spirituality is so important, especially right now. It seems like humanity is ascending in energy, and making that bridge between science and spirituality is going to be so important. So let me know in the comments, have you been feeling high vibe, like, woohoo, I'm doing great? Or have you been feeling more kind of in the lower energies? And for those of you watching in French, I'll be doing one in French afterwards. So, hey Armine, so good to see you here. Hey Réjean. So let me know in the comments how you've been feeling. I was, for a while, since the beginning of this pandemic, searching a lot of information. And I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about, the 5G, the vaccines, the New World Order, all that kind of stuff, the elites and what they're doing and all that. I'm sure you've seen some of these news go on social media, on the internet. It's hard to decipher what is what and is it true. And in a way, feeling like, hey Karine, feeling like we can't trust our leaders, or, we've been lied to or anything. So in the beginning, when I was researching all of these information, I was like seeking a truth. I was on the quest to seek a truth, and I was just like, well, this is my justice fiber and my kind of advocate fiber. Hey, Esther, that was there. And I was searching these information to kind of find out what was true for us and to be able to do something. But here's the thing. I realized that by searching about all of these informations and going into even more uncertainty and fear, especially around the vaccines and the 5G and all that what it was doing, it was actually bringing my vibration lower. And by bringing my vibration lower, it was making me tired. It was making me not in a good mood, and I wasn't able to show up to contribute my gift. Hello, Bernadette. So I realized that, okay, all of these horrific things might be happening in the world. And I have a choice on what I choose to put my attention on. So I deliberately, and it's not like, oh, I ignore and ignorance is bliss type of thing. No, I'm aware that some effed up stuff is happening in the world. I mean, I'm sure you've been aware of that too. And where I'm choosing to put my attention is what will raise my vibration so that I can be a light to help people awaken to the truth of who they are and embody even more love within themselves. So years ago, I remember I was very active when I was in my undergraduate degree. I was very active with this activist group, which was a movement in solidarity with indigenous people. And we used to do like protests and stuff because advocating and being with the indigenous people who were getting their land stolen and their resources ruined and stuff by mining companies or whatnot. And I remember feeling aligned with the wanting to bring justice and wanting to bring balance into the world. Hey, Bob. But it was bringing my vibration down. And I remember this one time I was doing a protest with the group, and we were facing the police, and it was like the riots police. And I was thinking, wow, back then I was working as a nurse at the busy ER of the Montreal General Hospital. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, in an hour from now, I need to walk into the hospital to work my evening shift, and I can't let my colleagues down because I've got arrested by this police because I was protesting for something, you know. And I walked away from this group thinking, okay, I want to make a difference in the world, and the way that I'm going to get to this outcome is different than by confrontation and kind of bringing the harsh truth and putting that in people's faces and all that, which kind of gave me this edge. So I decided to walk away from these groups and to really decide to make a difference, but in a way that was a lot more aligned with me, with my heart, with my light. So I would venture to say that right now, in the midst of all that's happening, if we give all of our attention to the drama and the fear and the horrific things that are happening, it's lowering our vibration. And when we lower our vibration, we become not more weak, but easy. Like when we're in fear, it's easier to manipulate us. And obviously this is not good for the physical body. So I've been choosing in this time to go back into the light, go back into being the love, and doing everything I can to rise up my vibration. And I'm gonna tell you how. Yeah, Esther, I love that. Yeah, staying positive while staying informed. Exactly. And there's a level of which that having more information is not going to help. It just, you know, makes it like feeling more down because of powerlessness and fear, you know. So here's a story, and you might know this story. It's about the two wolves, right? There was a black and a white wolf, and this grandfather, it's an indigenous story. This grandfather is telling a story to his grandson, and he's telling a story about how the dark wolf is the one bringing chaos and not very, positive things, and the white wolf is the one keeping balance and abundance and growing the cohort of wolves and whatnot. So kind of the two polarities of the force, right? And then the grandson asked, he said, well, Grandpa, which wolf will survive? And the grandpa said, the one that you feed will survive. So it's the same thing here, right? And I feel like at this time in our history, I would love to be this voice that perhaps was able to awaken a part of you that wants to feel liberated from these energy-based fear-based energies, right? Like, I feel like this is a moment where we have an opportunity to go within and to observe ourselves and feel our emotions and liberate what has been holding us back, right? Does that resonate for you guys? Because I was thinking, what if it was okay and safe to feel all of your emotions? A lot of people are very, they're blocking their emotions, and I was one of them in the past. But think about this, that thing that is holding you back from having whatever you want, whether it's a relationship, greater health, money, abundance, success in your business, that thing that's holding you back is exactly where you need to go. It's exactly where you need to go in order to have that relationship, in order to heal from that illness, to break free from that, fatigue, or to have the success and the abundance and make the difference that perhaps you've been wanting to make. So one of the symptoms of not wanting to go there is oftentimes numbing. Have you been numbing yourself with food? A lot of people are overeating right now because they're at home and they might be a little bit bored. And so when we're overeating and stuffing our emotions with food or substances, whether it's alcohol or drugs, or Netflix, just going on binges of Netflix, or buying online, like compulsively buying. These are all signs and symptoms that there's an emotion that's been stuffed and you don't want to feel it. Oh, I'm so glad it resonates, Sue. Thank you. Yes. So, I would love for you to imagine yourself being liberated from the emotions of fear and anger and sadness, and imagine just being so free to be fully yourself. And I feel like what's going on right now is a call for us to embody fully who we are at the core of who we are, and remember the light that we are, right? So, and what if it was a great opportunity to embrace all of our imperfections, right? Just accept it. We're human. And to be able to connect more deeply with the ones that you love, and to let go of the crutches in your life, and to let yourself be seen and loved, and to have the courage to ask for what you need and feeling worthy of receiving that. But all of these things, what I'm talking about, is liberating the darkness or the heaviness, the fear-based, oh, I'm not worthy enough, or what if this person doesn't like me anymore, or this person is better than me. Liberating you from that weight so that you can raise your vibration. And each person who raises their vibration turns towards the light and turns towards, for people, it could be God, could be the universe, could be whatever. But whatever we do to collectively raise our vibration and co-create this world together, each person that awakens, each person who chooses to do that at every moment, who chooses the high vibe versus giving into the drama, who chooses to eat high vibe foods, like foods that give you so much energy and make you feel good, versus the food that may be good in the moment but drains your energy and brings you down. Yes, it is time to manifest miracles within and into the world. This is a gift of time that most don't get often. Totally, Esther. Totally. And this is why I was so compelled to come up here and share how it's so important that we all do the internal work to liberate that which is lowering our vibration, and that we actually stop consuming so much information that is not really serving us. I mean, yeah, signing petitions for 5G or vaccines, and then keeping it at that. Like, not go into the drama of like, what if this really happens, and what if we become, objects of control and this and that. Because I was going in there, and I was going a little, not crazy, but just, wow, that was bringing a lot of turmoil within me. And I was like, no, I'm not paying a service to myself nor to the world by lowering my vibration. So here are a few tips to raise your vibration. Like I said, in the moment, choosing deliberately what you choose, where you focus your attention, because where attention goes, energy flows. And where you focus your attention, that thing will take expansion, right? So if you focus your attention on the uncertainty and the scarcity and the fear of this and the fear of that, this is what's going to grow. And you're going to be emitting that vibe, broadcasting from your antenna, and just by virtue of the law of attraction, that which resonates with you will come to you. So you will find more evidence of, oh my gosh, we're being controlled, and they're bringing these vaccines, and I'm not wanting to start a debate about vaccines or anything. I'm just saying that when you're searching and finding out information that it's hard to decipher what's true, ask yourself, is this for my highest good to pursue this information? Is this raising or lowering my vibration? Same thing with food. Same thing with, let's say, substances. If you're reaching out for that extra glass of alcohol that perhaps you might know that it's the one that's too much, ask yourself, what is the intention behind that? What am I trying to do? And I can tell you there's a good chance that there's an emotion that is underneath that you don't want to feel, that you don't want to live through. But it's by going exactly there that you're going to be able to face this emotion and live it and liberate it and transform it. And that emotion becomes, because emotion is energy in motion. It's just energy that wants to move in your body. And so what if this emotion, once properly channeled, can become what propels you forward to what you really want to achieve in your life, right? To gain clarity on what you came here to do on this planet. I think a lot of people are wondering that at this time, and I think it's a valid question. You know, what did you come on this earth to do? Do you know this? Do you know your purpose? You know, what can you do to feel even more vital and, you know, energized in your body and high vibes? So I truly invite you from moment to moment to just observe your thoughts. I mean, I've been meditating like really a lot in the last 6 weeks. And this is what my intuition was saying, you know. It was telling me, just wait, just observe. Let what needs to come up so that you do the work within you, study, sharpen your skills, and so that you can be the beacon of light to help others in that transition. And this is what I've been doing with my clients. Just, you know, I was on a coaching call earlier, and this person liberated this huge weight on her chest that felt like so trapped, and deep down she was feeling such a insecure, like deep down need for protection and safety, and deep down, and that was holding her back from just showing up and being herself fully and having her voice heard, and we liberated that. And she was like, wow, I feel like this sense of expansion and it feels so good. And now she wants to show up and bring her gifts into the world, that which her soul has been telling her to do for quite some times. And to me, I'm like, yes, you know, another soul that is liberated, and that when each person awakens, it's like pop pop little lights everywhere like this, you know. And I'm envisioning the planet of light coming together. And I want to leave you with this final thought is, many times we're afraid of the darkness, we're afraid of shadow, right? But remember that the way to dissolve darkness and shadow is actually to just turn the light on. Turn the light on it. You don't come into a room and complain about, oh, it's so dark and then I can't do anything about it. And no, you just go on and flip the switch, right? So, but it's having the courage to focus your attention on that which brings the light, and to go explore those emotions that perhaps you've been hiding from. I was just making calls for AOC, where we call people in the hardest hit section of New York City to offer help. I cried several times. Why is it that okay. I am not a nurse, so I don't get to offer help in that way. This seems like a way I could help, and that feels good. Sad stories I heard feel not so good. Can I keep my vibration high and listen to such sad stories? Yes, thank you so much, Sue, for sharing this. This is so important. And it's the difference between empathy and sympathy, right? Empathy is, and Brené Brown has a really cute cartoon video about this. Sympathy is actually, this person is in the hole, they're in their sad stories, and then you're coming down with them in the hole, and you're taking on their pain, you know, you're taking on their sadness and their feelings, and it leaves both of you with a lower vibration. So it doesn't serve actually both of you. Versus empathy, which is being with that person and understanding, but not taking on their pain. Does that make sense? Like, it's saying to this person, like, wow, I can totally see and understand why this is so hard for you. And, you know, perhaps you can resonate being like, yeah, I've been there. And so it's like this person is in their hole. That's in the cartoon, if you Google it, with Brené Brown. And then instead of going down in the hole with them, you just offer them a hand to come back out and come back into the light. And sometimes people, what they need is to feel heard and acknowledged. And just that, acknowledging what the person is going through without taking it on you, just that is so powerful, and it's so in service, and it just brings this person into a place of greater choice and perspective, you know, and to also hold that person as completely able and capable. This is what we do as coaches, is we hold a vision as the person being completely able and capable of finding their inner resources to deal with whatever they have to deal with. So I would say keeping your vibration high by listening to these stories is to actually understand and acknowledge, kind of verbalize that to the people that you're listening to, while still holding that ground of, I know you're capable of figuring this out. This is the Pygmalion effect. You know, it's that when we put that expectation, even energetically, you know, into someone, I trust that you have the ability to figure things out. It opens up their own inner world, and you can ask some questions, you know, well, you know, what would feel good to you? What would feel empowering to you? What can you do in order to be moving more towards that, you know? Oh, Kelly, oh, girl, I hope you're doing well. Hey, Molly. So I hope this makes sense, Sue. Does that help? Does that resonate? And thank you so much for offering your help and a listening ear. I feel like a lot of people need that. They need to be listened to, and then redirected into their heart so that they can feel like they've got this. You know, it's a big challenge for everybody, and let's trust that God, the universe, source, life would not bring these things into our life if we were not ready to face them. And this is something that I specialize in with my coaching, is to help people face their emotions. A lot of times it's the emotions that people don't want to feel that makes them squirrel out and into all kinds of things, into numbing out these emotions, or even dwelling on the drama. If someone is telling their story over and over and over, dwelling on the drama, part of them derive something from it in a positive intention way, even if that doesn't make sense cognitively. But here's the thing, we're not paying a service to someone if we let them talk about the problem over and over and over, because what that's going to do is just reactivate it within their own system, within their own nervous system, and they're just going to attract more of that and that vibration. So it's acknowledging, validating what the person is going through while empowering them to look at all the choices that they have. Does that make sense? So I hope this helps you guys. I'm there if you need some creative ways to keep yourself high vibe in this moment. I mean, here's my stuff. I put on music, I jam to music, I dance, I live by myself. My sweetie is in California. We've been trapped in each other's countries for 6-7 weeks now. But we connect, you know, and we stay even more connected than when we were together, I think, because we just keep growing and expanding. But jamming some music, dancing, shaking it out. You know, if you find yourself trapped into your thoughts and brain and gunk and stuff, just get up and shake it out, you know. This is one of my favorite, my mentor's favorite thing, to just get us out of our head, you know, shake it out. Eat food that are high vibe, rest, prioritize sleep. Right now there's a lot of stuff going on, so sleep is important. Drink lots of water, and letting go of the crutches in your life, the substances. I feel like a lot of people have been using food or substances to numb out from their emotions. So if you or someone you know needs help with that, please reach out. I've got a lot of clients that I've worked with that were suffering from addictions, and they were able to liberate themselves from the addictions while feeling even more empowered and finding their inner resources through their own emotions. And just just amazing, this kind of work. So this is so good. Thank you. I'm so glad. You're so welcome, Sue. And yeah, if you're watching the replay and you got some questions, feel free to write them. I always love to read you guys, and I'll answer on the replay. So let me know what resonated for you, and let me know what you're doing to keep yourself high vibe. So I look forward to reading you and sending you so much love. I hope everyone in your family is, actually I trust everyone in your family and around you is safe. And you know, if some of you have been suffering from the virus or anything, let me just send so much love to your immune system. Like, so much love and empowerment to these cells that have millions of years of evolution and they know what they're doing. Okay, so yeah. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Thanks for being here.